Women omitted. It may be a surprise to learn that one of the major divisions in early Christianity was that of the role of women in the church. We know from historical records in Christian writings that certain sects believed women should have a large involvement in the church, while other sects were more sexist, often limiting women's rights and capabilities within the confines of the religion, for instance, preventing women to read or teach. Scribes belonging to these two sects clashed sometimes over the translations of certain verses. For example, in Romans 16, Paul lists several names and greetings to fellow Christians of the day. In verse 7 he writes, "Salute Andronicus and Junia, my kinsmen and my fellow prisoners, who are of note among the apostles, who also were in Christ before me." Paul names Andronicus, a male name, and Junia, a female name, suggesting they are husband and wife to one another, as foremost among the apostles. It is notable as it outright states women can become apostles, and notably church leaders. This would support the pro-women sects. Some later translators, however, rendered Junia as Junias, a masculine name, and Andronicus no longer as her husband, but as a traveling companion, just two bros, supporting the sexist sects. Try saying that a lot of times. This is strange, as although Junia was a very common name for a woman back in those days, there is absolutely no evidence in the ancient world for the name as Junias, for a dude's name. It is very clear Paul was referring to a woman in this text and acknowledging her as an apostle, but still to this day some Bibles continue to refer to Junia as a man rather than a woman. Some other manuscripts have tried to circumvent this possible pro-women leanings in other ways, rendering "Salute Andronicus and Junia, my kinsmen and my fellow prisoners, who are of note among the apostles, who also were in Christ before me," as "Salute Andronicus and Junia, my relatives, and also greet my fellow prisoners who are foremost among the apostles." In this version, a woman is again no longer an apostle, but merely a relative of Paul, changing the whole